Hey guys, it's Danielle here, creator of Natural Beauty Row Hair Extensions, and today on this YouTube video, I'm at home today curling my hair, and I wanted to test out kind of this like bouncy 90s curl or this like Victoria's Secret looking blown out curl. However, my natural hair with extensions is a little bit shorter, so it's really hard for me to achieve that look with, a wrap blow dryer or hot rollers or anything else. So I'm gonna show you how I recreate kind of this Victoria's Secret bouncy curl just using my regular iron, and how I position my iron is really gonna dictate the curl. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you've watched some of my other curling videos, I can create so many different curls and looks, again, using the same iron, and it's really the technique. So you can see this is my natural hair. My natural hair is very fine. And so again, I have to curl them and blend them a little bit different. So I'm gonna show you how to create this look with wearing hair extensions. So I already curled this side and I love how it turned out. I like to have a little bit more bounce in mine just so that I can get longevity in my curls. So I'm going to start with my 1-inch bioionic iron, and I've seen this curl done so many different ways where it's wrapped and then it's pinned. So I'm going to show you my speedy version of this, because I've done it the other way where I've literally wrapped every single curl and pinned it, and it takes a little bit longer. And today I was kind of playing around and I created this in half the time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to grab about 1-inch sections, and I'm actually going to use this iron as a wrap iron. So if you want longevity in your curls, I always feel like a wrap iron or using a regular iron wrapping your curls, it concentrates the heat and it is going to give you a longer lasting curl. So even though this is not a wrap iron, I'm going to use it as a wrap iron. I am going to wrap away from my face. Again, there's so many different ways you can get this bouncy curl, but I like my curls directed away from my face versus in. So I'm going to grab my iron. And when you're wrapping, one thing to notice is I'm keeping my ends flat. So sometimes when we wrap, we start twisting our ends, but that's going to give you kind of a funky curl at the end. I'm going to make sure I get my end really close to the barrel. And then the trick is I'm going to just loosely take this out, and I'm just going to let it sit for a minute instead of pinning it. And then I'm going to let my curl fall. You can see that it definitely looks a little ringlety, but when you brush it out, it's magical. So I find that this gives me the exact same curl in half the time. And then, like I said, I used to kind of go through and use these little clips, and I was like, I'm going to try it without it and see how it works. So again, taking 1-inch sections, I'm taking my iron upside down, wrapping away from my face so that I get the volume right at the base. I'm really close to the base of my extensions. And then again, I'm just wrapping this all the way to the end. And then I'm going to let the curl drop out in my hand. I'm going to let it cool for a minute. And then here we go. So you can see how freaking cute that is and how easy it is. And then the magic happens when we brush everything out. So again, grabbing these 1-inch sections. Dropping out the curl. I'm literally letting it cool in my hand, and then voila. I've also done this curl with hot rollers. So there's so many, like I said, there's so many different tools and so many different ways you can create this. I was like, hey, I want to see if I can create this with my regular iron that I use on an everyday basis, which I normally create kind of like a loose beach wave, but I want to do more of a bouncy wave. And I'm doing this without a mirror, you guys. So bear with me. My phone is my mirror. So I'm just holding this little friend, this little curl. There we go, letting it loose. And just working my way around the head. And then to get my underneath pieces, I always like to, or the interior pieces, I like to kind of grab underneath here. And this way I'm holding my irons horizontal, because obviously I can't hold it the other direction or I'm gonna burn myself. So this one I'm holding this direction. But again, the trick is when I let that loose, just holding that curl in place. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this. We're gonna drop down the top and I'm gonna show you how I blend everything. All right, you guys, I've got everything curled except for my top layers. And like I said, my top layers are a little bit shorter. I have very fine hair, so I do them a little bit differently. I kind of curl them the same no matter what curl pattern I'm doing because I'm having to blend them into the extension hair. So my front bangs, I'm going to get that pretty close. I'm gonna over direct this and then gently pull that out. And then my top layers, I'm going to grab, this is more of my traditional curl here, but then when I brush it all out, it's all gonna blend and give you a beautiful bouncy curl. Now, if I were to take my top layers because they're shorter and try to really over direct them, they're not gonna blend as well. So before I actually started this curl, you guys, one of the things I love doing, if you're not a fan of round brushing your hair, at least run your round brush through it when it's done, especially if you wear hair extensions. It'll help smooth everything. And also I notice a huge difference when I do take the time and effort. Even if my extensions are 98% dry, I still take my round brush through and round brush and smooth my extensions a little bit. Again, it makes it so that it doesn't tangle as much and you're just gonna have longevity in your style. So again, if you're not a fan of completely round brushing, I get it, but make sure you run it through at the end because your style's gonna last longer. I'm gonna create a blow dry video for you guys soon. So again, I'm taking, these are my natural layers, and this is just kind of how I traditionally curl them. And then I like to add a little bit of my real hair with my extensions, just to get it so that everything, the layers just kind of blend right into the hair extensions. Okay, so I think I'm there. The next thing that I'm going to do is brush everything out. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to give it a really nice polished look. So this is my Isla Signature brush, and I'm gently gonna comb all these curls out because I actually don't want them this curly. So brushing them out will kind of relax the curls a little bit. And then I'm actually gonna go in with my oil. This is the Gold Lusk oil from Orbay. Just gonna add a tiny bit of that through my hands. I always like to start with my oil at the ends and really work it through. And then if you have any remaining oil on your hands, gently run it through your bangs, gently run it through the top. This will give you so much shine. Another trick that you can do to give your bangs a little bit of volume, you guys, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, or give them a little bit of a lift. So you can take your barrel and literally just lightly run it over the top. That's just gonna give you a little more lift right in that bang area. Another trick I'll do, if you have flyaways or fuzzies and you want it nice and smooth, I take my iron when I get done and I just lightly run the heat over there. So this is pretty much my beach wave. I like to tip it upside down, shake it up. You know, I feel like that Victoria's Secret look is very kind of just like bouncy. You can brush it out a little bit more. Again, these curls are gonna fall throughout the day, so I almost like them to start with a little bit more volume to get longevity in my style. So you guys see how fast and easy that was? This again was my bouncy curl using my 1-inch iron. And again, I did it a little bit different than I normally do, just to kind of show you an alternate way, because I feel like there's so many different ways that you can recreate this curl. And then the last thing I might do, just give a little spray. And there you have it. All right, you guys, hope you enjoyed this version of my bouncy curls. Make sure that you tune in every week. I share tons of hair tips. This is my hand-tied hairline called Isla. If you want more information on that, I'm gonna drop a link below this video, as well as Natural Beauty Rose Education. If you want more information on that, I'll add both these links in this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed and try this at home. All right, see ya.